And I'd like to recognize her family.
Come on, Ashley, just Ashley.
Her children, Kendall, and her husband, Joe. Her grandchildren, Ashton, Molly, and Brent. So here comes Kendall and Ashton. What I wanted from Kendall, and Ashton has on the first All-Star uniform. So she's modeling that today. And you can look all this stuff up on Wikipedia. So, and Kendall's her daughter, and I wanted her to say a few things about her mother and what she's done because it's incredible.
Hi, I'm Kendall, and my mom is Hilda McDaniel, and she is the founder of All-Star Cheerleading. And a lot of people don't understand where this all came from and how it all happened. And it all started back in 1972. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and my mother, she was like a stage mom. Of course, you guys were right there with her. And somebody called up and said, would you like your daughter to cheer? So, of course she said, yes, yes. And it was a new Little League association called Tuckahoe Little League in Richmond, Virginia. And Mom was hooked the first time. And so she formed Tuckahoe Little League, and we got up to 250 cheerleaders. And that was, here it's called Pop Warner. But back in the day, All-Star was not around. So what happened is that all the little girls were cheering for us. We had them going to competitions. And back then, the rules of cheerleading are different from they are today. And so the only way that you could actually cheer at a competition was if you cheered for a sport. So, in order to go to competition, you had to cheer for a sport. So, Tuckahoe Little League cheered for football. So, we had all these girls cheering for football and everything, and that allowed us to compete with all the girls all over the country. But what happened was Little League stopped at a certain age, and so you couldn't cheer any further. But we had all these girls that started hitting high school age, and they wanted to cheer. So, my mom got a phone call from this woman at a radio station, and she said, we have a bunch of disc jockeys, and they want to play basketball against other school faculty to raise money. And we'll pay for your uniforms, just put together the team. So Mom was like, oh my gosh, I've got a team, and I've got free uniforms. And everybody wanted to cheer for Hilda. And so we actually went around, picked the best of the best in the Richmond area, and we formed the Q94 Rockers. That's the uniform. And this uniform actually has not been seen since it's been 28 years since this uniform was put on the floor. And so we went into competitions, and there were no other all-star teams. There were only high school teams. So we were competing against other high school teams throughout the country. And the Q94 Rockers were the first team out there that represented the all-star community. And we beat every high school team. It was amazing. They were scared to death of us. And so we started going to these competitions, and we were winning, and everybody was like, what division do we put them in? Because they're not high school, they're not private schools. What are they? But they cheer for a sport. We're a radio station. So, so finally, other people were getting an idea that this was a really cool thing to do, and so more people started forming these teams. And so they finally decided they were going to make a new division, and it was called All-Star. That is how All-Star Cheerleading came about. It had nothing to do with any of this. This was my mother trying to make a way for all these little kids to cheer. That's all she ever wanted to do. And she had all of you guys thankful for her mom. She invented this sport, which is amazing that it's so big and popular today. And there's actually this team over here, CheerZone. There's something very special about you guys that you don't know, but my mother, Hilda, designed your uniform. signs, and that one came from Spirit Innovations, and they actually still sell it today, and Mom actually is so pioneer not only within the All-Star community, but also designing uniforms later and recently, and so a lot of people have been wondering what I'm doing with Mom's Gym, and this is a big, what am I doing with Phillips Gym in Richmond, Virginia? I have asked Cheer Extreme to take over my mom's gym in Richmond. We are Cheer Extreme. I've cheered for 35 years. I've been right there with you. I've been a cheerleader. I've been a coach. I've been a parent of a cheerleader, high school parent of a cheerleader at All-Star. My son cheers in college, and we just want everybody to continue to cheer and keep going All-Star, and welcome Cheer Extreme to Richmond, Virginia. And we're so excited.
I'm telling you, Hilda Passion, she was a pioneer, and she brought her kids to summer camp, and she was the only All-Star team. She was coaching her team and every team around her. I mean, talk about the consummate coach. She was there to help everybody. She was always there. Well, we have something real special that we would just like to give you an honor in memory, a loving memory of your mother, the pioneer of All-Star Cheerleading, with much love, cheers, and gratitude from myself and Champion Cheer fans. We really, really appreciate it and love it, and just keep it going.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the